Welcome to the Psychohealthology Summit 2018. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Dr. Eva Detko, and my guest for this session is Dr. Darren Wiseman. Dr. Darren is a chiropractic holistic physician, developer of the Lifeline Technique, and the best-selling author of The Power of Infinite Love and Gratitude, Awakening to the Secret Code of Your Mind, and also The Heart of the Matter. And as well as that, he's a contributing author to Dr. Masaru Emoto's best-selling book, The Healing Power of Water. Dr. Darren is an international speaker in the field of consciousness and has been featured in many films, including Emotion, Making Mankind, Beyond Belief, The Truth, and the award-winning documentary Heal. Dr. Darren's passion is teaching people how to intentionally change the emotional programs of the subconscious mind, and as a natural byproduct, clients directly enhance their body's natural potential to heal and thrive. So Dr. Darren, welcome to the Psychohealthology Summit again. It's so great to have you back here. You've got so much more to share with us, so I'm really excited to talk to you again.
Thank you for having me, my friend. I'm really excited to be back with you and everyone who's participating.
As I said, you're just such a fountain of knowledge, and you've been in holistic and natural health for such a long time. So probably if things are worth knowing, you know them. Just in case people may not be familiar with your story, I know you told us it last year, but in case for new people, perhaps you can share how your journey has been this last few decades. I know you did have some health struggles earlier in your life, and so maybe you can share how you managed to overcome them.
Yeah, absolutely. As many people who are in the health world where their passion and their purpose is about serving and helping others, my journey began with health challenges, struggles with my immune system, allergies, asthma, chronic infections that required surgical intervention, tubes in my ears multiple times, tonsils and adenoids removed, being rushed to the hospital, barely being able to breathe. These types of experiences were my childhood. I had no concept of what holistic health was about. We didn't eat healthy whatsoever. Sugar-coated cereals with more sugar added to it, Wonder Bread. It was just part of the way my family did things based upon what they knew. And we took pills for symptoms. And I struggled and I suffered and I was stuck for a long time. It affected my confidence, my self-esteem. It affected my ability to learn along the way. And as a result, that led me into a world of escapism and addiction. And I wanted so badly to find another way other than the one that I was doing, but having no concept of what that meant until the gift and strange wrapping paper of the universe colliding with my brother with a car accident that ultimately, as he took pain pills, muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories to no avail of health benefit, but he just continued to suffer. He finally found a chiropractor, which literally set him straight, and he felt better and better and better. And he called me up while I was studying in undergraduate. I was studying pre-med because I knew I wanted to do something in the healthcare industry, even though I was not satisfied with it. I knew I wanted to, because I wanted to make a difference in other kids' lives that had a similar experience as I did. And he said, Darren, check out chiropractic. This is the profession for you. And it was crazy because at 19, I had no idea what a chiropractor was. So I found out what a chiropractor was. Long story short, it opened up a passionate door in my heart. And I have been voraciously hungry about doing anything and everything, studying with anyone and everyone, anywhere and everywhere around the world to learn the most effective ways to help people heal safely and effectively, naturally. And as a result, I've traveled and studied in Sri Lanka, in Beijing, throughout Europe and the States, acupuncture, 5-element theory, Ayurvedic medicine, going into the mind of neurolinguistic programming, understanding aspects of applied kinesiology and ancillary systems that have grown from them, total body modification, neuroemotional technique, contact reflex analysis, Chinese energetic medicine, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, I became a bit obsessive about it, and I'm still obsessive about it. And it's cool because what happened was I kept on asking questions, Eva. Why? That was just the question. Why do I have to adjust this over and over again? Why do I have to use this needling procedure? Why is there deficiency in the liver yin? Why, does this nutrient not sustain itself? Why do I have to keep on taking this supplement? Why does this homeopathic remedy not completely do what it's intended to do? And I got down to a singular understanding: the mind, the nature of the mind, and the application of activating the mind to induce healing on the deepest level. Healing through thought and belief. And the power of our thoughts and beliefs and how they impact what we feel in any and every given moment, because the reality is that when we're feeling something, anger, fear, anxiety, depression, grief, gratitude, joy, that there's a chemistry with our emotions, that each emotion is a chemical symphony of cellular dancing. And on June 17th, 2002, it all came together for me. I saw how everything that I'd studied with everyone I'd studied with all around the world come together in a moment of clarity, of knowing, and I awoke to the Lifeline Technique flowchart in a moment of grace. I mean, it makes me emotional just talking about it. And you know what? I've told this story so many times. It makes me shake inside because I'm so grateful. I saw how everything I'd studied with everyone come together in a singular vision that I wrote out, that is this flowchart behind me. And that flowchart is a roadmap. It's a blueprint of this mysterious enigma called our subconscious mind. And I've come to know something, my friend, that when we can activate this invisible field and learn how to dance with this invisible field, where we can get our mind to be a tool for transformation and evolution, rather than the mind being a tormentor where we live a life where we struggle, remain stuck in our emotional experiences of life, that when we can truly use our mind as a tool, people begin to create shifts that are extraordinary and beautiful. And so since June 17, 2002, I'm on my sweet 16 right now. I've been teaching people around the world this beautiful process of self-healing, of self-mastery, of a daily practice, of, a mind gym. When people exercise their body, they work out, and they learn how to create strength and balance and flexibility in their body. But what would it mean to you if you could create strength, balance, and flexibility for your mind, for your emotions, for your marriage, for your family, for your business, for finances, for being in the world today where it's absolutely, absolutely intense? What would it mean? And that's what the Lifeline does. So I've been teaching people, and it's now, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. It's in 24 countries around the world. And I've taught in so many places. I'm so grateful for the life that I'm living and the opportunity that I have to make positive changes for people who are really suffering, really struggling, and really knowing on the inside that how they feel is affecting their immune system, affecting their digestion, affecting the inflammation, affecting their cardiovascular system. You know, they know it. They know their emotions are affecting it. They know that their inability to deal with stress is causing them to become more and more just in pain, in diseased. That it's such a blessing for me to be able to share this. So I'm really excited today to go a lot deeper than we did last time, to really start to share the mind of manifestation, the mind, the healing mind rather than the diseased mind.
Yeah, I am excited too, because obviously there's only so much you can cover in one interview. And last time we talked a lot about the power of infinite love and gratitude and self-love, and things that obviously are hugely powerful and very, very important. And we didn't actually quite have enough time to go into more detail with the particular steps that are within the blueprint. So I'm looking forward to this. But actually, I wanted to ask you first, you obviously talk about the code of the mind, right? So I wonder whether you could explain a little bit what you mean by the code of the mind.
Well, the mind speaks. And oftentimes people don't understand that language. And as a result of not understanding that language, like a Morse code, you know, that's why, you know, in warfare, they use a Morse code so that they can send signals so that people don't understand what's being said. The way that the mind speaks is in code. And if you can translate that code, then the impact is really powerful. Now, I'll say what isn't, and then I'll say what is. This isn't warfare. And oftentimes people look at what's going on in their body as a war. I need to destroy the virus. I need to somehow make this go away. I need to clear this. I need to release this. I need to figure this out. I've come to understand that you'll never beat the subconscious mind in a fight. You know, judging yourself based upon how your mind's speaking to you through your body, through your life, won't do anything good for you or anyone around you. You're not a failure because of what's going on in your life. So the key is how one creates a relationship with their mind is paramount. So the code of the mind is that the body and our relationships both simultaneously reflect what's going on in the mind. For example, the wind is invisible. The wind's invisible. However, if I want to understand the nature of the wind, I can look at the clouds. I can look at sand on the beach, right? The clouds and the sand on the beach are our physical health in our body, are our interpersonal, professional, family relationships in our life. As you start to recognize patterns that exist in the body, as you start to understand certain ways of behavior and thinking that go on in life, we start to reveal what's going on below the surface. We start to reveal it. So the code of the mind, I'm going to skip ahead to the final expression of what the code means. Your mind is attempting to wake you up. Your mind is attempting to awaken you to how beautiful you are, how powerful you are, how confident you are, how special you are, how valued you are. That inside of you is one thing, light and love. You are light and you are love. well, I don't look like light and love. I feel like a piece of, you know what I'm about to say, right? I feel horrible about myself, about this, about that. We're so often just under so much pressure of our mindset, of our limiting beliefs, of our negative thoughts, of our relationships. We're so under the pressure of this that we're not able to see the light and love, which is the truth of who we are. So the ultimate truth, like the end all be all of what the body and mind are using to awaken us to this truth of your light and your love, is symptom, stress, and disease. Everything that's going on in your body cellularly, the systems of your body, your blood sugar metabolism, your blood pressure, your hormonal regulation, your digestion, your ability or inability to detoxify is a mindset, is in and of itself a mindset. And the mind mostly is below conscious. It's below our awareness. Like I was saying, it's invisible. So how do we translate this language, this code? Shalom, מה נשמע חברים? אתם מדברת עברית? כן, קצת? יופי? מצוין? בסדר? What are you talking about? Now, those of you that speak Hebrew are probably laughing at me going, wow, you're not that good at Hebrew at all. And I'm not. However, that's the way that we oftentimes, I've got headaches. I've got digestive challenges. I've got anxiety that lives below the surface, this depressive darkness. My bowels don't move regularly. I have a hard time sleeping. It's a language that we don't speak. And here we are. And we're like walking through this country and everyone's speaking this different language, and I've got to find the bathroom. Oh no, I'm in trouble, right? If only I knew how to say some things, people would be able to help me. So the Lifeline technique is a process that helps us not only to decode the mind, but unleash and emerge its intent of awakening the truth of light and love that we are. It's the essence of it. And there's a process that I teach in the Lifeline certification program. There's a process of understanding the steps on how you dance with an invisible partner, because it's easy to get caught in the riptide of the mind. It's easy to get swept away in the avalanche of limiting beliefs and negative thinking that then perpetuate the struggling patterns of stress in our lives. It's easy to. So there's a step by step process that I've learned in studying all these different systems. I learned how to use this for myself, first and foremost, every day. But also my blessing is that I can show other people how to do it. I can hold another person or a group of people all at once in a space, or I can actually teach you how to do it for yourself or teach you how to use it with other people.
That's really awesome and great. I love that explanation and lots of great analogies. Fabulous. So are we okay to go through the steps?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, the Lifeline system is an evolutionary system versus a revolutionary system. A revolution is, I'm on a chair right now. A revolution is I turn around 360 degrees and I end up in the same place. That's a revolution. So the Beatles go, and it was a great song. You say you want a revolution. No, I don't want a revolution. I do not. I love the Fab Four, one of my favorite bands, but I do not want a revolution. What do I want? I want an evolution. I want to go from the caterpillar to the butterfly. I want to go from powerless to powerful, from fear to courage and confidence and capability. I want to go to dis-ease and imbalance to thriving and resilience. That's what I want. I want to become the next greatest version of myself. And that's what the Lifeline is. It's an evolutionary process. And it is a manifestation system. And the manifestation system begins, and you can write this down because there's steps to it. It begins with, number one, present time consciousness. It begins by getting present. Unless you have a way of getting present, the design of the mind is that you will be living in the past or the future. You will be living with regret, guilt, and shame about the past, or you will be living with anxiety, worry, perfectionism of the future. Every 3 to 5 seconds, our minds get triggered and catapult us to the past or the future, and then we're not here. And when we are here in the present moment, we've got access to the infinite universe and the infinite mind, only when we're present. So the first step of the manifestation system of Lifeline is about establishing present time consciousness. Now, in the Lifeline technique, this step is called the connection. It's called the connection. And the connection is like plugging in your cell phone or your computer so your battery's fully charged. Or it's like tuning an instrument before you play it. So I'm going to guide everyone through the connection right now. And here's the nature of the connection. Here's what you do. First and foremost, you don't have to understand all that I understand to do this. Just participate. Have fun with me right now. And just notice, okay? So this hand posture in sign language, American Sign Language, it means I love you. This means I love you in American Sign Language. And when we combine this hand posture with the words infinite love and gratitude, infinite love and gratitude becomes a universal healing frequency. Everything's energy. You are light and you are love. So you're going to hear me go infinite love and gratitude. And when I go infinite love and gratitude, you go infinite love and gratitude at the same time. Okay? And follow me, follow Eva and I as we go through this process. And we're going to tune our beautiful instrument. And I invite you to take 5 fingers just like this. Got it, Eva? And put it right. And when you do this, you're aligning all the acupuncture meridians in your hand into a singular laser focus. Put it right at the crown of your head. This is your spirit point, and your spirit is pure love. Take your other hand with love and just mirror me right away and put it right over the center of your chest. As we raise the vibration of every cell in the body that is naturally designed to heal, completely regenerate, and be whole, we do this by saying out loud, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Lift up the crown. Touch it back down. You're now raising the vibration and the energy of the body, the passion of your heart with your spirit. And we do this by saying out loud, infinite love and gratitude. Take them both away. And touch them both down. We're now unifying and harmonizing the spirit and body as one field of pure love. Infinite love and gratitude. Relax. And take a deep breath. Let it go. either hand, put it right over your forehead. You're now connecting to your mind. Your mind is infinitely powerful. And the power of your mind is your mind produces your thoughts. Your mind produces your beliefs. And your mind creates your perception. And as you take your other hand with love and bring it over your heart center, you are raising the vibration of every cell in your body. Infinite love and gratitude. Lift away the hand from the forehead. Place it back down. As we raise the vibration between the body and its wisdom and the mind, because what we feel in our body affects what we think. Infinite love and gratitude. Hands away. Touch both hands down. We're now unifying both mind and body as one infinite field of pure potential where everything's possible. Infinite love and gratitude. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take a moment right now and connect to Mother Nature. The nature of Mother Earth is change. This planet is constantly moving and changing. And the more connected we are to nature, the more we naturally thrive in our lives. And I invite you to take one hand, either one is fine, like this, pointed down to Mother Earth, and imagine this hand is the roots of a healthy tree, and plug on into Mother Earth. Go like this. Good job. Feel yourself reaching into the core of Mother Nature, where all the changes, the seasons, the cycles, the migration pathways, all the different life forms that work together. Feel yourself reaching deep below the surface of Mother Earth into the core of Mother Earth. Now, what's crazy about human beings is we, at a core fundamental level, our greatest fear is change. And we live on a planet where the constant is change. So as you take your other hand and you put it right over your heart center, feel yourself like water flowing through changes, like the sun shining even when there's storms. I invite you to repeat, I am a thriving body. And bring this up. Stay plugged in. Bring this one up. We're aligning our minds with the mind of nature. I am a thriving mind. Infinite love and gratitude. All the way up. I am a thriving spirit. Infinite love and gratitude. Take a deep breath. Let it go and feel yourself in this present moment. As you place both palms open, appreciate the duality of life. Acknowledge the left and the right, the negative, the positive, the yin, the yang, the feminine, the masculine, positive, the negative, and bring your hands together to discover this universal posture for prayer. The people of different faiths and different cultures use the same posture to connect to the intentional field of the universe. And as you bring this posture into your sternum, feel the back of your thumbs fit perfectly right on into that notch in your chest. You are igniting your divine light right now. I invite you to repeat, I am a body of oneness. I am whole. All is well. Bring it up. Right over the forehead as we align our mind with the mind of the divine. I am a mind of oneness. The universe is one with my mind. I am present. All is well. Infinite love and gratitude. I am a spirit of oneness. We are all one. Take a deep breath. And welcome to the present moment. We're plugged in, our battery's charged, our instrument is tuned. And just notice right now how it feels to be here. Notice how it feels to be in your body. I use this practice every morning when I wake up and every evening before I go to bed. It's a beautiful thing to do. But the reality is, this is just the first step so that we can begin to activate the secret code of the mind. And there are now specific steps of being intentional and taking action on a subconscious level where we can then raise the vibration of whatever subconscious patterns, memories that are emotionally charged that have been affecting our body, that have been affecting our relationships, our life. Now, I can talk forever about this. I teach a year-long program on how to do this. So I want to just be cognizant of the time for you and our listeners so that this is, the most effective.
I love the simplicity, and I really love the plugging into nature. I have to say that when I am actually in nature, it takes me no time at all to recharge my batteries. Yeah. And even if I'm completely, knackered and I've been working really hard, the moment I make that connection, I go for a walk, I go for a cycle, and I make that connection, just so powerful, and it's so quick. So I love that, creating that visual that you are doing exactly that. I think that, that's very powerful.
It's such a beautiful, simple way to get us connected so that in our routines of life where we don't even realize what's motivating, us to do things, and we're just doing it out of habit, but maybe the habit's not a healthy habit. Maybe the pattern of thinking that's behind this, that's affecting the health of my body, that's affecting the health of my relationships because they're intertwined, maybe it's not really effective. So it's a real simple process, for anyone and everyone to use to create simple, effective, and natural shifts in our health and our well-being.
Yeah, and in all honesty, as you said, it only takes a few minutes, and you can create that feeling of grounding, and you ground yourself first thing, and then you can set an intention for the day. I mean, even if you just do that in itself can set you up really well for the day to come.
And the thing about setting an intention is there's a process with setting an intention. So step 2 in the lifeline, in this process of decoding the mind, step 2 has 4 parts. And the 4 parts is, once I'm in present time consciousness, I now need to observe my body. I now need to observe my life. And most people, and I understand it, because when we're looking at patterns of autoimmune disease, MS, scleroderma, we're looking at aspects of Sjogren's. We're looking at aspects where, our body is doing things. It's so painful. It's oftentimes we look at the symptoms, we look at the stressors as something that we just want to make them go away. We just want to I finally want to beat this. And the key is, and this is a very important philosophy here, in the lifeline, it's the simplest thing, but it's the biggest learning curve for everyone. There are no problems. What do you mean, Dr. Darren? You're off your rocker. What do you mean there are no problems? There are no problems. We look at what is called a problem as a portal. In a portal, what's a portal? It's a doorway. In this doorway is the doorway into the next greatest version of ourselves. It's the evolutionary doorway. So when you look at your body and you look at your life, as you look at the dis-ease and the feelings that don't feel good as a feedback rather than a fight, rather than a failure, then rather than this happening to me, a victim mentality, it's happening for me, which is a victor mentality. And that's really key. So the first step is, let's just if I'm going to write out a list for the grocery store, what do I need? I want to write out the list of the symptoms in my body. I want to write out the stressors in my life. I want to be consciously aware of the way that my body and life are speaking. I want to look at the clouds. I want to look at the sand so that I can start to understand a little bit in which way the invisible wind, in which way the invisible subconscious mind is blowing. Because once I start to see, feel, and hear the patterns, I can start to create change with them. Only then. And most people get messed up right away because as soon as they observe it, they're like, oh, you know, I hate this. I hate that. You know, I'm such a loser because of this. We judge ourselves. So there's a process of conscious observation, of shifting the judgment to discernment through specific questions, through following rules of setting an intention. Because most people, when they set an intention, their intention is fear-based. I want to make that go away. I want to avoid this. I want to pretend it's not going on. That's what fear does. Fear avoids, fear pretends it's not there. Fear wants things to go away. Love, when you set an intention from a place of love, you say, okay, this does suck, but I'm the common denominator of everything in my life, and I'm going to take responsibility for where I am, even though I'm not choosing it. And I'm going to focus 2 golden rules: where I'm going, because your heart knows your next step. And when you come from your heart, and there's a process of learning how to come from your heart. Most people can't get to their heart because their heart's been broken. The heart's been bruised. So there's a process that we need to understand. This methodology, this technology for creating evolutionary transformation and change in our lives so that we can start to make change on the deepest level. What I've come to understand is the most important level to create sustainable change is change on a subconscious level. So there's steps in this manifestation system. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, we will actually emphasize this a number of times that is a very big difference between a fear-based motivation and a love-based motivation. Absolutely, there is. And what I do actually really like that you talked about the victim mindset, because that can be such a major obstacle to healing, and is a major obstacle for healing for a lot of people, isn't it? It's exactly that.
Einstein said it great, where he said the same mind that causes a problem won't solve it. And so when we're in a body that is diseased, when we're in a life that is diseased, you know, working on that level will not solve that. It's not solvable. So the one thing that's more powerful than the mind, the one thing that can hack the subconscious mind is the heart. So when we can learn steps from living in the heart, feeling in the heart, being intentional in the heart, the manifestation field goes. I was just working with a woman who's been really suffering. I've been working with her for the past 2 weeks. And she's been really suffering with depression, anxiety. She's been really struggling with her health. And we just finished our 3rd session yesterday. And it's so beautiful to see someone go from this place of, you know, darkness and victimization and overwhelm and pain in the body and pain in the relationships and helplessness and hopelessness to confidence and clarity and and like where it becomes self-evident, and I'm feeling lighter and I'm feeling stronger and I'm sleeping better and my bowels are moving, and all we've done is shift the vibrational frequency and the emotional, the energy and motion from a subconscious level. It's so beautiful. It inspires me so much to help people awaken to what already exists within. And it's just, it's a process. And, you know, some people are not able to actually see it, feel it, hear it. And everyone's ready in their own time and space, but some people are. And they've been doing a lot of things along the way. They've used all these different modalities. They've used all these different supplements. They've done all these different things. And they know that there's a way, they just haven't been able to access it. Then I really encourage you to check out the Lifeline for yourself, because it is a beautiful, self-empowering process to discover the light and love that is within you. And when we come from that place, healing becomes actually secondary, tertiary, raising the consciousness of the limiting beliefs to discover that within every core limiting belief is a core of infinite potential, that we discover these gifts in strange wrapping paper and we unwrap them and we discover, wow, I'm way more capable. I'm way more stronger than I've ever been giving myself credit for. It's such a beautiful thing to be able to follow particular steps in this way.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And so you teach this. So tell us a little bit more about the process of teaching. And presumably, at some point, people are just able to go through this process themselves, beginning to end, right? And they have all the skills that they need to do that, right?
Yeah, I have what's called the Lifeline U, and it's a process that can begin anywhere. It can begin at a live event in person. I teach in Chicago, or I teach in Australia, or it's an online program that has interactive webinars and e-learning modules. And it goes to the full spectrum of the subconscious mind. There's 16 modules. There's 24 webinars. There's 2 3-day live in-person courses. There's a celebration of learning, which is a verbal and written, people call it a test. I call it a celebration of learning, because you're learning something that ultimately changes your life. And so it really is a celebration, but I teach it for people to make a change for themselves, because only when you can shift within yourself, only when you have a tool for transformation and evolution to move through your own life, the losses, the traumas, the stress, the struggles, we all have them. I'll raise my hand first. We all have them, but how are we capable or not to show up? And that's what Lifeline U is all about. So we've evolved it over the past 3 years. It's really beautiful, where people can begin online at any point and or come to a live event and then continue on. But you learn a full system, but along the way you start learning unique tidbits of golden nuggets that you can use in moments of, oh, I've got this symptom here. Oh, I've got this stressor here. Oh, I've got this, opportunity here. How do I then evoke the greatest potential of my mind to influence my body, to influence my thinking, to influence my behavior, to influence what I'm attracting in my life? It's a beautiful process in that way.
Yeah, that sounds great. And so, I obviously wanted to thank you for sharing all this. But also, of course, you have very generously offered a wonderful bonus for everybody participating in the summit on a first come, first serve basis. Do you want to tell people a little bit about that? Because it's great.
On September 25th, it'll be the 26th for those of you on, the other side of the world. But on September 25th, I will be running what's called a Lifeline Healing Circle. It is an online interactive Zoom event like we're doing right now, with people from everywhere around the world participating in a Lifeline process. It's an hour and 10 minutes, and you will have access and opportunity to experience this for free. It is a deep, deep healing from within. You'll experience the Lifeline technique. I will guide you through the 16 steps of the Lifeline, this manifestation system, with the vision that I've had since I woke up to the Lifeline is, once I know that one person can find peace within, I knew that anyone and everyone could. And so the essence is world peace through inner peace. That's the vision. And that's what this Lifeline Healing Circle is. And so you're going to be, if you choose to participate in this, and it will be first come, first serve based upon how many people we can hold on the Zoom conference. It's going to be amazing. We have a lot of people that sign up naturally and regularly every week anyways. So I'm sure that this will be a whole other level of incredible vibration and harmonic convergence of all of us coming together, where I will guide you through this beautiful process, and you'll start to recognize what is just possible when you follow specific steps to decode your own mind and emerge as the next greatest version of yourself. So yeah, clicking on the link that allows you to sign up for it will give you the opportunity to participate.
Yeah, and I will also send an email to everybody about it to make sure that people are not missing out. So that's really awesome, and thank you in advance for this super generous gift. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'll stay up really late just to participate. So
you're amazing.
So, Dr. Darren, I just wanted to thank you again for just your energy with which you share all this information, and just, and the infinite love and gratitude that is just beaming off of you. I hope people are feeling it too, but I am feeling your energy, and it is wonderful. So I want to thank you again for everything that you have shared on behalf of myself and everybody else. And just wanted to ask you if there's anything else that you wanted to add before we finish.
I would just first and foremost like to say it is my pleasure. And I want to say thank you to you for being courageous. Thank you for choosing to shine in a world where there's a lot of darkness, and there are people that are struggling and stuck and not only needing, but so longing for another way. And I just am so grateful and appreciative of the value that you're creating for people's lives, the ripple that you're creating because you're stepping into your next greatest version is showing other people that they can do it too. I have personally witnessed, out of the 100,000+ sessions that I've done, and that is not including all the people that I've taught the Lifeline and how many sessions they've done, I have experienced so many things that I was never taught in the schools that I studied were possible. And it is. And so what's so beautiful is wherever you are in your life and whatever you're going through and whatever aspect of struggle and pattern and story of stress that you're currently facing, now's the time. If something's resonating in your heart that's saying, you know what, I'm going to take a leap, and I'm going to leap and just trust my heart is guiding me into the next greatest version of me. And you take it one step at a time, but just keep moving. Keep aligning yourself with this feeling. Keep aligning yourself with people and opportunities that empower you, that inspire you, that give you tools that enable you to be you in your life. And there you will discover what is ultimately your light and your love. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I've really enjoyed, as I have every time I connect with you, the opportunity to share my passion and purpose.
Likewise, absolutely. I always enjoy talking to you, and it is just always so uplifting. So thank you so much, and thank you for this final message and wonderful, wonderful words of encouragement and advice. So infinite love and gratitude, Darren. Thank you so much. Infinite love and
gratitude. My pleasure. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you very much.